time to start your most magnificent journey within.
Empathic Practice.
From the beginning of time, man seeks purpose for life, attuning his senses, discovering ways that allows the mind to get deeper into the meaning of our own existence. Maybe everything started with our ancestors watching a bonfire while their sparks of imagination were connecting the neurotransmitters for them to understand what was happening. Maybe this was the first moment in which man sees his soul. The moment in which gods expand to reflect the movement of the flames while we admire the connection of the elements. Or maybe, who knows, it was looking at the stars, immersed into their brightness, watching the horizon in admiration, where the first mates of mankind were formed, in admiration to the conquest and the excellence in every story that was told.
An intersection, a curve, a street sign. Meet yourself in the middle. Your dreams don't belong in the gutter. Should you find them there, find yourself there too. Gently wonder for them. You can pick them up from the flow they rinsed in. You can let them go with purpose, knowing your experience serves you still. Allow yourself to be moved through stillness.
Sky over the Atlantic, the vast air ocean that must have stretched endlessly for Columbus when he sailed from Europe to America a few hundred years ago in over 2 long months.
Holistic approach to me is not only whole, as in the whole pie, but in the Hindi tradition, Holi is the holiday of festival of colors. And if we think about the holistic method and each piece that completes what it means for us to be well and maintain that wellness, it's like as many colors as there are.
The holistic approach is paying attention to people, the full gamut. Acknowledging that each person is mind, body, and spirit at any one given time, at all times.
So let's talk about mindfulness today. What is mindfulness? The word in itself might bring some hints. To be fully engaged with your mind into something. To bring intention and engagement, thought into what it is that you are doing. But if we dial back to how mindfulness is studied and its meaning in the mainstream now, we go back specifically to the 60s here in America, to when Dr. John Kabat-Zinn brought Eastern practices of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Zen practices into how is that meditation helps the brain to be more focused and engaging, but also allow us to transcend the meaning of the now as we are engaging with the now. Now, all this might sound a little bit too exoteric, but it's really not. It's about when we are paying attention to something, a subject that we like, a sport that we practice, our creative flow. Mindfulness is that aspiring engagement that we all know and experience in some points in our life. It can be with the sound of the birds around us, just by closing our eyes and noticing what that is. It can be to feel the wind blowing at the beach, or the sun warming up our skin. But it's when we pay attention to those details that we truly experience in its fullness. So meditation practices teach us to train our brain to pay attention to what is happening now. I just want you to follow the rhythm, close your eyes, let your breath cycle through in a slow manner. You may want to focus on your inhale and exhale, or just allow your imagination to take over. You might experience some feelings of anxiety and relief. You may see that worries and doubts come about, but they vanish. So just experience the sounds like you are navigating on a raft in the ocean. And as the waves come by, you don't need to worry because you're in a safe space and you can just face what it comes and be sure that when it comes a time, you will be at shore again, ready to just enjoy the scenery. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, and I'll start. Take a deep breath all the way to your stomach. As you hold it, just let your mind connect with all the things you're ready to release. And exhale. There's no more tempest. There's no storm of thoughts. All there is the present moment. Connected, grounded, and reassured of where you want to go next. It's like a map was unfolded in front of you, and you can see clearly the pathway. All you need to do is to take a deep breath and know that when you focus your efforts, you can achieve what you're looking for. I'm here with Hayden.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Felipe. We're both coaches here at Empathic Practice.
We are.
And overlapping in a sense of like the roles that we fulfill here. We talk with clients, we talk with patients about how to shift mindset perspectives using different tools, sometimes using similar tools. And I was curious and I wanted to put together like this conversation so people can understand more about how we implement mindfulness practices, since it is such a like a buzzword, really.
Totally.
Although a very important practice in itself, has been all over the media and mainstream magazines and whatnot. So it's interesting to just like help people understand what does that mean? Not only the mindful practice or the mindfulness coaching, but how does that help to shift perspective and to expand our mindset so we are aligned with like what really are the actions towards the goals that we need to do.
Right, yeah. I think that because mindfulness has such a broad reach that it maintains itself as a buzzword. So because it can mean not only forethought of an action, but also the intention with which we do something, and how that is interlaced through all the intricacies of a day. What are the details of a day? And does being mindful of those details cause harm, or is it beneficial? And I think, across what it means to be mindful is how that varies among people. So, like, mindfulness practices and different modalities and tools that we give to people will always vary, and there will never be like a cookie cutter, this is what it means to be mindful.
Mm-hmm.
It will be that these certain tools work for me, those certain tools work for you, some combination of the tools that both of us use will help someone else. I think that's what's cool about being a practitioner in this way, is working one-on-one with people, helping them to define what mindfulness means to them through tools that have worked for what mindfulness meant to us.
Mm-hmm.
You're at the table again, you see.
So, why is mindfulness important? Like I say, training our brain to pay attention, it's something that can help us not only to be more engaged with the things that we're doing and how empathetic, intentional, and good we are at certain things, but also allow our brains to get better, to be more jovial, and to create new pathways, neural pathways, neural links that will keep us from deteriorating our memory and how we interact with people. So mindfulness brings a greatly amount of benefits to our life if you decide to really live in that way, to not only put that into meditation practices, but truly integrate what a mindfulness can bring to everyday life. What you can do is enhance your life experiences and extend those experiences. So later on, when you're reviewing life itself, you can remember everything more vividly, better, and with more love, passion, and gratitude. Other things that also improve not only how you live life, but how happy your life can be. Breathe in for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale slowly for the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's repeat this process. Breathe in for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for the count of 4. And then exhale slowly for the count of 8. Bring your attention to your face. Are you holding any tension in your jaw, behind your eyes, or in your forehead? If so, allow those areas to soften and relax. Allow your lips and cheeks to relax and slowly begin to form a smile. You may like to think of something amusing or simply the love you have for your family or your friends. Focus on whatever brings up a happy memory or feeling. If you are holding any tension in any part of your body, allow your smile to soften that area now. Allow the muscles to soften and relax. Stay as long as you need at each area of your body until you relax fully. When you have finished relaxing one tight area, move on to the next area that is tight and tense, and allow that area to soften and relax. Smile into the muscles, allowing them to relax. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel your body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Move your head to one side and the other. Feel that there is no tension anymore. Move your shoulders. And when you're ready, open your eyes.